What is going on, everybody? It is Cobra, and we are back again with a brand new video. Now, I know, it's been a minute, it's been a while since I've made a video, but I'm here now. Now, if you didn't know, today is March 10th, which if you put all those numbers together, MAR10, that spells Mario. So today is National Mario Day. So why do I say Mario? Because Mario is, if not one of the biggest mascots in the gaming industry. So that being said, I'm going to give you guys my top 10. My top 10. This is my personal list. It's not really much of a, it's my personal list of games that I have personally played. Not going to tell you if I beat them or not, but that I've personally played, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on this. Without further ado, cue that intro. Starting off at number 10, we have Mario Tennis for the Nintendo 64. Now, why did I put this at number 10? Because technically, to be honest with you guys, this is actually the first Mario game that I have ever played in my entire life. At about 2-3 years old, Mario Tennis on the Nintendo 64, which my uncle had at the time, was the game I liked to play. Was the game I was actually used to, which I was real comfortable adapting to. At a young age, I knew that games is what I like to play. Like I said, Mario Tennis was the first actual game that I played. I liked how it looked, although all the characters were mad boxy, a little ugly, but mainly boxy. And yeah, it just gets from there. Excuse me. Coming in at number 9, we have Mario versus Donkey Kong. Now, I don't really remember a lot of my Game Boy games that I had back in the day, but I remember someone or somebody lost Mario versus Donkey Kong. I managed to take it. And it was one of the best fun I had in a game in a long time. So much so that I didn't know while making this list, I didn't know there was a sequel. No one told me there's a sequel for the 3DS. I didn't even play it. I might have just skipped over it just because it's a sequel. Some sequels don't even need to be made. But Mario vs. Donkey Kong on a Game Boy Advance, that was my shit. All right, so coming in at number 8, we have Mario Party 4. Now, everyone else thinks the others are their favorites. I personally say Mario Party 4 because Mario Party 4 was my first introduction to the Mario Party series. Really, it was my first introduction. That and Mario Party 7. In my opinion, wasn't really too high into the Mario Party series at all. But when you play it with more people, not just yourself, it's more fun with more people and not just yourself. Okay, so coming in at number 7, we have new Super Mario Brothers Wii. Now, you're probably like, dude, what about Super Mario Brothers 3? What about this, that, this? Listen. I get what you're possibly saying about my list. But if you notice, there's a key details of what I said in the last video. Well, in the last entry, number 8. First, the new Super Mario Brothers Wii, technically, is my first game on the Wii that I had on my system. It was part of a bundle that I got. Did I beat that game? No, I actually got stuck at like the 5th world, technically. Never finished it. And then I kind of stopped playing with the Wii. Yeah. So yeah, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. That's my, that's number 7. Number 6, please. Now, for number 6, we have Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii. Now, for this one, it was a bit of a toss-up between the first one and the second one. But I had to go with the first one because I had more of experience with the first one. Second one, I might have played bits and pieces here and there, but the first one, I remember going strictly to my aunt's house when the Wii was popular, and I would play it. Either I would play that or Wii Sports, but mainly Mario Galaxy. Anything Mario related always caught my attention, always caught my eye, and this was something different, going from different, going across the galaxy, so to speak. And that's what really caught my attention. So yeah, Mario Galaxy, number 6. Now we're definitely getting into the nitty-gritty of this list. Coming in at number 5. Number 5, we have Super Mario Sunshine for the Nintendo GameCube. If not one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. Top 5, one of my favorites. This is also a game I've never beat. I have seen people beat this. I had a buddy that used to live next door to me. His sister used to play this game all the time when we were little, and she beat it with no problem. So much so that I think I've seen her beat it like 3 times. And I always wanted to play it. Eventually, I did end up got to play that game. I'm not as good as she is, but I actually had a cousin that had that game as well, and that's one of my favorite games, Mario Sunshine, coming in at number 5. See the excitement in my face? Let's move on to number 4. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's keep it going. Coming in at number 4, we have Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. Now, I had a cousin who had the first Paper Mario game on the 64, and I used to watch him play it on a big-ass TV. And, eventually he got rid of the 64 in that game, which was like, okay, that's fine. But when he gave me Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, I thought nothing of it. I just thought of it as a regular Paper Mario game, another Mario game that I would just end up playing, But when I actually played it, I was like, holy crap, this is an amazing game that I didn't know of till years later, because he gave me a lot of games when he gave away his GameCube. When I got my GameCube, he gave me all his games for his console at the time. The thing was, I was more focused on WWE Day of Reckoning than Paper Mario. But when I got to start playing Paper Mario, I never put the game down. I actually got stuck at the ending. I physically never beat it. To this day, if I ever find my memory card for the GameCube, it still will have the end boss. I never beat the game. I'm at the end boss. And I was like, damn. So I will never play any other Paper Mario game until I beat the 1,000-Year Door. Number 3, please. Okay, guys. So for number 3, it's more personal for me. Not only that this is the first game in the series that I was introduced to, but my cousin, God rest his soul, was the one that introduced it to me. And that ladies and gentlemen, number 3 is Mario Kart Double Dash for the Nintendo GameCube. To this day, you could put it in discussion as top 3 Mario Kart game ever. As you know, all the other Mario Kart games are single drivers. Not only have to drive, they also gotta throw stuff back. With Double Dash, 2 drivers. One that can drive and the other one throw stuff. Now, personally, I would love a remake of that. But I still have my GameCube, so I didn't have this for a very long time because I ended up actually losing this when my cousin gave this to me. And when he passed away in 2019, all I could think about was Mario Kart Double Dash because, damn, that was something that me and him used to play. Me and him and my cousins, like even him, my uncles, used to play this. Used to play this particular game all the time, you know? And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get it back. But as you can see now, the prices for this game, Mario Kart Double Dash, is through the damn roof. Through the roof. But it just so happens last year, for my birthday, one of my buddies that I met, he was super excited. He ended up buying Mario Kart Double Dash for me. This is the copy that he bought me. And when he got it, you know, I thought he was playing around, but when he got it for me, I immediately thought of my cousin because, you know, this is, like I said, this is the game that he introduced me to. This is the game that he used to come over my grandma's house and we used to play this game like all the time. And I always think about the times that, you know, we used to play when I was younger and stuff, and I used to get upset and everything because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But now, you know, I always play this because I always think of, you know, my cousin back in the good old days, you know, when everything was fine, you know. So yeah, so number three is Mario Kart Double Dash, one of the greatest Mario Kart games ever. Let's do it. Now, for number two is a little different. Now, I've heard so much about Super Mario 64, but I've never played Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64, of course. But around this time, there was one game that was kind of basically the same game, but a little bit more features. Number 2 is Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo DS. Now, why would I put this on the list? Like, what am I doing? I'll tell you why. Like I said, I don't know anybody that had Super Mario 64. I don't know anybody that had Mario Kart that actually had that game. I know people that had Mario Kart 64, but Super Mario 64, I don't know nobody that had Mario Kart 64. So when the DS came out in 2004, I believe that Super Mario 64 on the DS was the first game out. There were two games that you should have had in your arsenal of DS games. Mario Kart DS and Super Mario 64 DS. Plus, technically, that was really the first Super Mario 64 game I actually played, kinda. Yeah. Yeah, that was really the first game I ever played. Although you don't stick to Mario. I mean, there's also uh, Luigi and Yoshi and Wario in this game. But yeah, my number 2 was Super Mario 64 for the DS because that's another game I actually grew up playing. So for number 1, it was very, very difficult to find number 1 because as you can see throughout this list, they all say Super Mario this, Super Mario that, Mario versus Donkey Kong. But what if my number 1 game, you had to save Mario? He's in the game, you just don't play as him. And that, my number 1 Mario game is Luigi's Mansion. Now, I can say so much about Luigi's Mansion, but I will say this. As a kid, I did grow up watching Ghostbusters, the first and the second one. And my uncle used to get me like riled up watching these movies from the 80s because, you know, I wasn't born in the 80s. I was born in 1989, so I don't know much about these characters. So when 2001 came and Luigi's Mansion came out, that stopped everything. Because I was more intrigued to play this game more than any other game that came out on the GameCube at that time. So I have another uncle who has collected a lot of games over the years. And Luigi Mansion was one of the games that he had. When I played it, instantly fell in love with that game. It was a lot different too, because number 1, this ain't Mario. This is the brother, the taller brother, the more scaredy cat brother, Luigi, with his own game. Not only that this game was top tier, the boss battles, top freaking tier. You had to fight a baby, a goo thingy, parents, random parents, but most importantly, you had to fight King Boo, because this Luigi's Mansion kinda is not really set in stone, but Luigi Mansion is supposed to take place after Mario 64, Super Mario 64, after technically you kill Bowser. And you gotta kill him again because he's being controlled by King Boo, which we didn't know Bowser was alive in this whole game. He was alive in the game. Finding out that he was alive in the game was freaking nuts. It was just unbelievable to figure out. And I was sitting here and I was like, damn, what is my number 1 going to be? Because my number 1 was going to be Mario Kart 8, because that is the game I am currently playing. But I just want to go through nostalgia purposes. Everything, this list is 100% nostalgia purposes in my heart. So, number 1 is Luigi's Mansion. Damn, what a list. Now, guys, I gotta ask you personally, do you agree with my list? Do you like my list? What are your thoughts about my list? I just want to hear everything that you have to say personally. But make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that share button to all your friends. Make sure you guys leave a freaking comment. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, because we are currently at 350 subscribers. I am very, 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 very happy about the process that we are making together. Also, I would like to send a special shout out to a YouTuber I met a couple days ago. Send a special thank you to the YouTuber I met, Mike Masters Presents. I will leave all of his information in the description below. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is it. Did you like anything I said at all? If you did, please let me know in the comment section down below. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go edit. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.